Hello, and welcome to the Fall into a Spooky Book Tour. Of course, I'm your host, Portia Bright Pittman, right here tonight, ready to give you all news and information you should know about. Of course, the Spooky Book Tour is all about inspiring brighter futures for tomorrow. We have a host of artists, illustrators who have been joining us on the book tour all month long, sharing their gifts. This night is no different because we have a special guest. Her name is Kathleen Marcath Armada. And I'm excited to have her on the show tonight because she is actually the owner of ASL Picture Books. I'm talking about specifically, this is a different picture book than I've ever, had on the show or, had the opportunity to discuss. She's actually an award-winning children's author. She actually has been awarded 5 stars for her books. I am excited about having her tonight, and without further ado, I would like to invite her into the broadcast. Kathleen, welcome. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Dylan's
I'm wonderful. Now, tell us, who is your character that you're wearing tonight? We're all costumes, of course. Tell us who you're wearing tonight.
Oh, I am Queen Kathleen of Halloween. Queen of Halloween.
Awesome. And who do you have with you?
This is Dylan. Where are you there? Say hi.
Hey, Dylan. Welcome to the show. Awesome.
Can you say hi?
I love it. Well, let's get into what we have you here for tonight. You actually have a new children. Tell us the name of it and actually how you got into writing.
Well, the name of the book is My Monster Truck Goes Everywhere With Me, and it's illustrated in American Sign Language. How I got into writing is I kind of always wanted to write children's books, and I'd taken a couple courses, but before that happened, I got hooked by sign language and took a detour, went to school, and got a degree in sign language. And so, yeah.
Awesome. Now, specific sign language, we know that's something different. We don't hear many authors say that they've actually, had their book translated in sign language. What specifically made you choose sign language as a way to translate your book?
Well, as I said, sign language kind of tapped me on the shoulder and got my attention so much that I went to school and got a degree in it. And so in one of the classes, we were supposed to pick a picture book and then sign it. So I thought, well, I'm going to go to the library and I'll just find a book with children signing in it, and I'll be like, they'll make it so much easier. But there weren't any. I did not find them. So the book is, here's your page here, is actually written, this story the same. But what we did is on each page, we included one sign. So, so on every page, there's at least one or more where the character is signing. So,
awesome. Now, of course, you're showing us the book. You're teasing us with the book. Would you be willing to read a couple pages from the story?
Yeah, we'll read a couple pages. So it begins with a glossary of all 32 signs that are in the book. And then, so it's hard to show it here. We'll start at the beginning. So it starts, it starts out identifying a classifier. So we first show you how to spell monster truck and then create the classifier. So now that on there, this becomes the truck and you can drive it. There we go. So this is my monster truck. Vroom, he goes everywhere with me.
I love it.
This is my big monster truck. He's really big, like a giant. Okay.
Yes.
And this is my big monster truck. He's purple, like shiny, great jelly. So we go through that, and then he visits Grandma's house and plays with monster trucks there. Plays with the neighborhood children, and they all kind of get in on on that.
Right.
And then, yeah, then in the story, he goes home, and in the morning, his truck is missing. So, fun for the children to find out what happened to his truck in the story.
Ooh. I'm
If they
looking
paid.
forward to hearing about that. Dylan, we see you have a special guest. Dylan, what do you enjoy most about this book?
What do you enjoy most? What?
Cookie.
Cookie. Well, yeah. It's actually pancakes and sausages that he has for breakfast, but the monster truck doesn't get any.
Right. Now, for those parents out there, who have kids who, use sign language as a way to communicate, what specific advice would you like to offer them out there?
Well, for parents who are deaf and teaching their children sign language, they offer me advice. But this book, what's wonderful about this book is what we found out early is that it's really for every age.
Oh my baby.
For children who don't know sign language, we created 2 videos. One, you can hear it read. The other one shows you how to sign on each page, all 32. So they show you, and then variations. So look, first, and please, and thank you. So they teach you all that in videos. For the signer who is, a deaf native signer, they can watch 2 other videos that are signed by deaf storytellers. And the signing is very, 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 very good.
Right.
It's not, they don't sign it like, my big purple truck. Okay. They sign it with full expression and excitement and their face and their action, and it's alive with action. It was, I was like overwhelmed by the beauty and the descriptive, beautiful, beautiful language that they so powerfully illustrate in the videos. So we have all that packed into the book. So there's something there for everyone. Yeah.
Now, speaking of there being something for everyone, where can people go and find your book? Where can they pick it up?
Okay. It is available on Amazon. It's available on my website. There's another small bookstore, Okabees. You can order it from them, and it's on special there right now. So your neighborhood bookstore, if you want it, they'll be able to get it for you. Here in Armada, Squirreled Away bookstore has it available. So Barnes and Nobles, Amazon, pretty much anywhere you can buy books, you can find it.
Awesome. Now, of course, is this your first project as an author?
This is my first book. Yes. Yep.
What I mean, I'm actually a first-time author myself, of course.
Right.
What advice would you give people? What advice would you give people out there who are looking to get in this industry? I mean, because they see, people like yourself and myself, and they think it's easy. But what advice would you give them out there?
What advice? If that is something you truly want to do, I would say just jump in and go for it. Because there was so much I didn't know, and I learned. There were people that came, along with me every step of the way. Now do this, now do that, so definitely get some help. Build your social media. That's very important. And I bet you could share, your best tip on that also.
Yeah, I mean, for me, on my journey, it has more so been, connecting with the host of communities that are on social media, because you never know who you're going to meet on the journey. And I've met some phenomenal authors, book tour, through the various groups that I belong to on social media. That's what it's all about, networking and sharing our gifts, because it really takes some courage to first write your story, number one. But number 2 is going all the way and having the story published, where you're pretty much ingrained into history forever. Like, nothing changes because you've already crossed that threshold of becoming an author, and that's what I enjoy about it. Now tell us something else. Where can folks reach you at? Where can they find you on social media to, invite you to school visits or just to go purchase your books?
Okay, the website is www.aslpicturebooks.com, and my handle on Instagram and Facebook is the same, ASL Picture Books. And I got to tell you one other thing. The one thing that kept me doing the next thing and the next thing until this book got published was my granddaughter. She was 8, 9 at the time, and she told everybody. She told her teacher, she told Santa Claus, my Mimi's writing a book. There was no backing up.
Right. Because, once the granddaughter found out that you were writing a book, you couldn't back down.
No. She was telling everyone. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So we did it.
Right.
We did it together.
Awesome. Well, you have a profound following on social media, and I know we were just talking about, growing your social media, which is important. What is a good tip that you give out there for other authors who are looking to grow their social media?
Yeah, like you had mentioned earlier, getting involved in groups and engaging. There are so many. I was scared to death to get on social media because I heard so many stories about social media and blah, 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 blah. I go, but I have found nothing but wonderful people, and they're supportive and they're helpful. It's an amazing community out there. So don't be afraid of it. Jump in and engage and explore. And yeah, you're right. I've met just tremendous people, just wonderful people. So that's awesome. Been actually quite a joy.
Yes. Now, tell us what's next for Kathleen. Where can we look to see you at? What projects do you have coming up?
Well, we're working on a couple things, but we're still working on them. So yeah. And
right. Awesome.
I am helping another author launch something similar. So helping her do that, and then we do have 2-3 books that we're working on right now. So.
Awesome. Now with ASL Picture Books, can folks go to you to receive assistance if they're trying to publish books?
Yeah. Yep. They can contact me on my email, info@aslpicturebooks.com. If they're interested in purchasing for the whole school, for the library, for the community, for a social group that they have, for a classroom, if they use the book to aid them in, in teaching some sign language. I've had 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 4th grade teachers say that this book has opened the conversation. Some kids can't hear. Some kids use sign language to communicate, and not only because they could be deaf, but they use it for other reasons as well. So, and then I've had students in the past. I know one little girl, she's just head over heels in love with it, and she's like 6th grade, and she already knows that's where she's going to learn sign language and teach it and be an interpreter. So, it's for everyone.
Right. How do you feel when you hear like a young youth say that, because they read your book or because they had an encounter with you, that's the career that they want to pursue? How does that make you feel?
Yeah, that is like the biggest reward, right? When the book makes an impact and makes a difference in someone's life, there's really nothing better than that. That's the ultimate gift of it.
Awesome. Now, speaking of awesome gifts, I want to encourage our viewers to make sure you go out and support Kathleen by visiting www.aslpicturebooks.com. Make sure that you can pick up the books, find out more about what she's doing to impact more youth around the globe, because I have a feeling that this is going to be all over the world. Sign language is so important, and we need to make youth feel that they are a part of the community, not because of a disability, not because they can't communicate like everyone. So hats off to you, Kathleen, for doing something phenomenal and something so different, something outside of the box That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And that's what Inspiriting Brighter Futures is all about. Thank you for being with us tonight.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been great. And I wish the best on your book there as well.
Yes, thank you. I'm pretty sure we'll cross paths again. Never know what I'll come out with next. My goal is to have another book published by the time my son turns 1 year old. So we'll see what happens for sure.
Awesome.
Well, thank you again. Thank you so much for coming on to the Bright Books Tour. And of course, I want to encourage our viewers. Follow Kathleen. I'm telling you, you will be inspired by everything that she posts on her timeline. And check out her books too. Thank you, Kathleen. And we look forward to having you again for your future projects.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. All right, great people. What a phenomenal time talking to Kathleen. I felt like when I heard about her project, sign language, don't hear too many people talking about sign language, always transcribing their books and things like that into other languages, but sign language. Only Kathleen would have thought about that. And I'm so glad that she did, because we need to make our youth feel like they're a part of something, no matter what their disabilities are, or no matter if they feel like they can't communicate like the rest of the world. They are included. And I'm so glad that Kathleen is doing that. I want to encourage you to stay locked in with us. Continue to follow us at Bright Books Instagram and Facebook. Of course, you can head over to our website at www.brightbooks.org for more information. Remember, great people, stay positive, because if the sun can find a way to shine through on a cloudy day, so can you. I'll see you again real soon. Peace.